Today on What's Your Problem? We'll learn how to graph an equation in the form y equals mx plus b. We'll also learn how to find the equation of a line on a coordinate plane. And we'll see how this knowledge can help us ride go-karts, visit a theme park, and go skiing. I'm Adesina, and welcome to What's Your Problem? The show where we solve all of your problems.
I'm trying to learn this dance, but I'm actually a really bad dancer. And the more I try, the worse it gets. And I just can't, like,
not those kinds of problems. Math problems. Today's topic is graphing linear equations. For example, over the summer, I worked at the local animal sanctuary, and I kept track of how much money I made and how many hours I worked. I then plotted the data on a coordinate plane and drew a line through the data points. Now, I want to find the equation for this line. This can help me predict how much money I will make the more I work.
We learned about coordinate planes before, but how do you find the equation of a line?
Not to worry. Today, I'll show you. Let's explore. In order to graph the equation of a line, we first need to understand the coordinate plane. So let's do a quick review.
I remember that a coordinate plane is made of two number lines. The line that goes side to side is called the x-axis, and the line that goes up and down is called the y-axis.
When we describe the location of a point, such as this one, we use two numbers, one from the x-axis and the other from the y-axis. These numbers are called an
represents the number from the x-axis, and 4 represents the number from the y-axis.
Excellent. Now here is an equation for a line. What do you notice about it?
X and a y, and two numbers.
Yes, x and y are variables. And when you put a number next to a variable, like x, it means to multiply. Now this equation allows us to plug in a value for x and get the value for y. We can then plot the x and y values on the coordinate plane. Let me show you. If x equals 0, what would y be equal to?
We could just plug in 0 for x. 2 times 0 is 0. Plus 4 is just 4.
Very good. And if we combine these x and y values into an ordered pair, we have 0, 4, which we can put on the coordinate plane. Here is 0 on the x-axis, and then we go up to 4 on the y-axis. Now let's do this again for a few more x values.
Let's try x equals 1. If we plug in 1 for x, then 2 times 1 is 2, plus 4 is 6. So this would be the ordered pair, 1, 6. We can plot that on the coordinate plane by going 1 on the x-axis and 6 on the y-axis.
That's right. Let's try 2 more points.
Let's try x equals 2. If we plug in 2 for x, then 2 times 2 is 4, plus 4 is 8. So this would be the ordered pair, 2, 8. We can plot that on the coordinate plane by going to 2 on the x-axis and up to 8 in the direction of the y-axis.
And if we try x equals 3, then 2 times 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10. So the next point goes at 3, 10.
Great. And if we keep doing this for more x values, the graph will look like this.
All the points are lined up, like a line.
They are. And we can draw a line through all the points to show that.
Oh, now I see that this equation tells us how to draw a line.
Yes, it does. But there's a more efficient way to draw the line so you don't have to make so many points. Let's clean off our coordinate plane and do this again, but more efficiently. In our equation, y equals 2x plus 4, there are two important numbers. The 4 tells us where the line crosses the y-axis. It's called the Y-intercept. And the 2 tells us how steep the line is. It's called the slope. Since in this equation, the y-intercept is 4, that means we can put a point at 4 on the y-axis. The other number tells us the slope. That's how steep the line is. Slope is actually a ratio of how far you move up between 2 points on the graph and how far you move to the side between those points. We call how far you move up the rise and how far you move to the side the run.
But in our equation, I only see one number, not a ratio of two numbers.
Good point. But remember that any whole number can be shown as itself over 1.
So 2 is the same as 2 over 1.
Right. Meaning between each point, we rise 2 and run 1. Let me show you what that means. If we start at the point we already made, to make the next point, we move up or rise 2. And then we move to the right or run 1. So this here is our next point. Let's do it again. We can rise 2 and run 1. Now here's the third point. Technically, you only need 2 points to draw a line, but it can be easier to draw it with more points. So now we just draw a line through this data. And ta-da! This is the line representing this equation.
It's the exact same line we got by plugging in numbers to find points.
And does this work for all equations?
It works for all equations in the form y equals mx plus b, where b is the y-intercept and m is the slope.
So as long as the equation is y equals some number times x plus some other number, we can use the same strategy to draw a line for that equation?
Absolutely. Let's look at some more examples of equations in this form. Here we have the equation y equals 3/2 x plus 2. How can we graph this one?
It looks like it's in the form y equals mx plus b, meaning 2 is the y-intercept and 3/2 is the slope.
Let's start by marking the y-intercept on the graph. Since it's 2 in the equation, we just go to 2 on the y-axis and mark that point.
Here, the slope is 3/2, and we just learned that slope is rise over run, meaning we can start at that point, rise 3 units, and then run 2 units. So our next point is here, which is at 2, 5.
And since you only need 2 points to make a line, we can draw it in.
And we are done.
Excellent. Let's try one more. Try to graph the equation for the line y equals negative 2x minus 5.
Wow. Negative numbers, does it work in the same way?
It sure does, because it has the form y equals mx plus b, meaning the slope is negative 2 and the y-intercept is negative 5.
Okay, so let's mark the y-intercept first. It would be negative 5 on the y-axis.
And now the slope. Since negative 2 is a whole number, we can show it as negative 2 over 1.
And since slope is just rise over run, we need to rise by negative 2 and run by 1. How do we do that?
Good question. A negative rise means you go in the other direction. You go down.
So we would go down 2 and then run to the right 1 unit?
Correct. Try to put 2 more points on here for practice.
Okay, we can just do that again. From this point, we go down 2, then run 1. Then again, we go down 2 and run 1.
Nice job. And now we can draw a line through these points.
Interesting. This line points down as it moves to the right, but the previous example pointed up.
Great observation. When the slope is positive, the line points up as it moves to the right. For example, here's a slope of 3, then a slope of 2, a slope of 1/2, and now a slope of 0, which is flat. But once it becomes negative, like negative 1/2, it points down as you go to the right. Here's a slope of negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3.
I can also see that the larger the number is for slope, the steeper the line is.
Exactly. So far, we've learned how to graph a line from an equation. Now let's learn the opposite.
How to look at a graph and find its equation?
Right. Any line, such as this one, can be represented with the formula y equals mx plus b. All we need to do is find out what numbers to plug in for m and b.
I remember that b is just the y-intercept. When I look at this graph, I see that the line crosses the y-axis at 5, so that means b must be 5.
So far, our equation is y equals mx plus 5. Now we just need to find the slope.
Yes, and to calculate slope, we need to find rise over run. You can do that by picking any 2 points and seeing how many units you need to rise and run to go from one point to the other.
Can we use any 2 points to do that?
Absolutely.
Let's use the Y-intercept point and this one at 1, 7. To go from one point to the other, I would rise 2 and run 1. And since slope is rise over run, the slope would be 2 over 1?
That's it. And 2 over 1 can be simplified to just 2.
So 2 is the slope. Let's put it in the equation.
So the equation for this line is y equals 2x plus 5.
Perfect. You can use the same process to find the equation of any line.
I have a question. What would happen if we choose 2 different points? Would we still get 2 for the slope?
Great question. Try it. Choose any 2 points on here.
Okay, let's try points 2, 9 and 3, 11. To go from one to the other, I rise 2 and run 1. That tells us the slope is 2.
But what if we try points further apart, like 1, 7 and 4, 13? To go from one to the other, I rise 6 and run 3. So the slope is 6 over 3, which simplifies to 2. It's the same answer.
It is. The slope is the same between any 2 points on a line. In fact, you can even find the slope on the other side of the line. For example, here are points 2, 9, and 3, 11. I can show the rise and the run in the same way. It's still 2 over 1.
Awesome.
Now, let's try one last example. Here's another line. Can you tell me its equation?
We can represent this line with the equation y equals mx plus b. I see that the line crosses the y-axis at -3, so b is -3. So far, we have y equals mx minus 3.
Now, to find the slope, we can use any 2 points, like these 2. We just count how many units we need to rise and run.
In this case, we need to rise down by 2, which is a rise of -2. And we need to run 1 unit to the right. So the slope of this line is -2 over 1, which just simplifies to -2.
So the equation of this line is y equals -2x minus 3.
You got it. Next, let's see how this knowledge can help us with different careers.
Pilots sometimes fly in formation. They can use slope and y-intercept when they plan their routes. For example, the equation of the line they're going to take tells the pilots how steeply they should fly up or down. This way, everyone stays coordinated in formation.
Video game animators draw the characters and worlds in the games we play. Animators can plot different elements of a scene on a coordinate plane and use slope and y-intercept to design the way the characters move. For example, if a character jumps to the side, it could move up 2 units, and to the right, 2 units. Rise and run.
Engineers use science and math to design all kinds of things, like roller coasters. Understanding slope and y-intercept helps roller coaster engineers design rides that are just the right steepness to be safe and exciting.
These are just 3 of the many careers that use slope and y-intercept.
Now, let's review.
Today, we learned how to graph an equation in the form y equals mx plus b.
We also learned how to find the equation of a line on a coordinate plane.
And we also saw that we can find slope using rise over run or by using a formula.
And now we've solved all of your problems. Well, almost. I'm Adesina.
I'm Emily.
I'm Amari.
And until next time, remember,
Always question, always wonder.